Alright guys, so this is a welcome to Life and Things and Concepts, and today I'm going to review the French-made Peugeot pepper and salt mill. The salt mill is a use select one. If you can look at the label, this is a salt mill that they make, and they also make a pepper mill of the same line of products, but I ordered an antique finish, antique collection, which is different, as you will see in a minute, and it's a pepper mill. Both are 30 centimeters one, and the reason I ordered them was that because the salt at the pepper mills that I had, they weren't very uniform in what in the particles they were grinding, and either they were going too fine or they were going too coarse. So, and I will actually demonstrate to you with this one, and if you can see, hang on, this one, sorry, I've actually changed the pepper into that one, but this one was pretty alright, but I didn't actually like the very dark color of this. I really don't like the dark color finishes because I think they make the whole environment a little bit dull, well, significantly dull, at least for me. I like a bit brighter finish, like this one, like so, or even in this little chopping board. This is what I prefer instead of this. This is a bit too dark for me, and I am looking for chopping board, bamboo chopping board, cutting board completely in this finish. And that's a personal preference. There will be people who will like this color better than this color, and they can make their choice. That's all right. Now with the salt mill which I had, I really don't know why, but as I'll show you this, my large skillet, it was just too fine. No matter how much I tried to make it coarse, it would just continue to grind fine and fine and fine. It was really annoying for me, because if I want salt, if I want it coarse, I want it coarse. I don't want it fine, and I don't want a mix of fine and coarse. So I'll give you another bit of another. By the way, this is my large cast iron skillet, which is I think 20 centimeters. So look at this, and I've dial it real down so that it should, people who've used these pepper mill, they know if you loosen this screw up, it is supposed to make them very coarse, but not this salt mill. To be honest, when I went to buy this thing, I think actually it was a pepper mill. I really don't know, because the person who was selling it actually didn't know that the grinding mechanisms for salt mills are different from the pepper mills. I really don't know, because she had no clue, and I ended up buying this thing thinking that this is again salt, and as you can see, apparently same grinding mechanisms, which clearly shouldn't be the case for the salt mill and the pepper mill. Anyway, so enter Peugeot, this one, 30 centimeters. First of all, have a look. I'll just zoom this out a little bit. There you go. So they're both supposed to be 30 centimeters, as you can see, and yeah, but this one is a little bit bigger, taller than this one, but I'm happy. I really like this size, because I really do not like small sizes, because you have to keep refilling them, and I really don't want that. So let's have a look. So this is the salt mill. Now the usual use select has a very interesting grain thickness mechanism. So you actually dial it down to a finer thing. If you look at it, see this one, this is finest, coarse, goes all the way up to this level. Okay, and let's do this in a minute. And this is the antique pepper mill, which has a different mechanism. I really love this rustic finish on this thing. Have a look. It's beautiful, isn't it? I don't know if you can appreciate it on the through the camera, but this is a very nice. Have a look at these little marks, which as if it's been used and bumped and thrown around. This is not really a crack, you might think, but if you turn it around, it's not a crack. It's a very intentional mark given. Look at this. So it looks like it's been used. It's been in use for a while, and that is very. I actually like it. I really prefer that. This one is, on the other hand, very nicely finished. So that's natural finish from what I recall. and I live in Australia, so this was Paris MS doesn't say what it is, but I'm pretty sure I ordered the natural finish. There are a couple of other finishes, and I ordered it from everton.com.au. So the grain thickness mechanism, look at this rustic looking knob. It's the same thing. If you dial it, loosen it, it makes it a bit coarse. Look at the beautiful coarse pepper coming out. And if you tighten it up, it makes it very, very fine, which is very nice. I really like it. Let's have a little bit of close up. Let's have a look. So this is so you tighten it up and it becomes finer, and if you loosen it up, it becomes coarse and more coarse. This is coarse, and there were some peppercorn which are there. Apparently they actually tested before shipping the units out, which is fantastic. I actually like that they are professional enough to actually think about it in that way. So let's just move it aside. Let's do another test. So let's tighten it up, and when you tighten it up, you have to remember that there are a bit of peppercorns caught in the grinding mechanism. So the first grind after making it fine will actually not be fine. So this is just still. So let's do that again. So this is, I've dialed it up or down to make it very fine. Let's see what comes out. So you see that this is really, really fine. That's really nice, isn't it? Let's have another look. Going again with fine. Ah, beautiful. Okay, now let's do the coarse one. How's that? So I'm gonna loosen it up and give it a wiggle, turn it over so that it's actually, and let's do the coarse one. How's that? Oh yes, beautiful. And if you know people who use freshly cracked pepper, they know the freshly ground pepper has a beautiful aroma, and if it's coarse grain, it's beautiful, isn't it? Now let's go to the salt mill. Now for the salt mill, I've got this my 20cm Lodge skillet. So let's do the fine one first, and as I said, you dial it into really fine grain and it should grind it really fine. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, that's as fine as it gets. It's quite fine actually. It's taking a while to, as you can see. Okay, so that's that. I really need another black thing to do this demonstration, to be honest. Give me a moment, please. Okay, so let's now dial this into really coarse grain. All right, so you dial this totally up and let's see what it does now. See that? Ooh, that's really coarse, isn't it? Oh, beautiful. Well, so I reckon it will live up to its reputation. And a little bit of look into the grinding mechanism. This is the salt pepper, and you have to understand the grinding mechanism for salt pepper are different from the pepper mills. Salt mills are different for the pepper mills. So as you can see, there's a clear, obvious difference, and the difference lies in the metal and the materials used for the grinding mechanism. So just be sure that when you buy a salt mill, you are actually buying a salt mill, because like happened with me in the first purchase of my previous salt mill, I think this was a pepper mill, and I just ended up changing the knob. It said P, and I asked her, is it the same? And she didn't know, and she thought it was the same. So I just put an S on it, and actually I think it was a pepper mill. Anyway, nevertheless, so that's pretty much, I highly recommend if you are into getting quality stuff with beautiful look. And as I said, there were heaps of other pepper mills. If I really liked this color, this really dark color, I would have been probably happy with it, because this particular pepper mill was doing its job well. It was grinding coarse when I was asking for coarse, and it was grinding very fine grain when I was wanting fine grain. But I just did not like the color. It's taken me about a year to actually hunt these down, because these are very hard to come by, especially the antique finish. Although I would have preferred the same dial up and down mechanism as was on the salt mill, but I reckon I'll have to order another pepper mill which is got this dial up or dial down mechanism. I really don't know. And I think there is a 40 centimeter also, 40 centimeter pepper mill. I don't know if it's available in the antique or not, or if it's available in the natural classic finish or not. But I think this is fantastic, and unless they are really bad products, I really don't think I'll have any issues with that. I've had this one for more than, I think, reckon 2 years or 3 years, and it's working perfectly fine. Do bear in mind, you can't put just any peppercorns or any sort of spices into the pepper mills, because the grinding mechanisms are unique. There are newer salt and pepper mills which use a ceramic grinding mechanism, and apparently they are okay with salt or pepper mill or peppercorn, whatever you want to put it in, but they are specific to the spices, so it's not a free pass. You have to be careful to look after your product. And hopefully that has helped you. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and you can post any questions if you feel like, and I'll be happy to answer if I can. Thank you very much. Have a very good day.